Hey, what's going on, Flash Mob? It's your boy Flash, and we're back again with another video. And today we're going to switch the speed up a bit. People hear the term entrepreneur and automatically assume that you're rich and you're balling, you're living a lavish lifestyle. I mean, honestly, depending on the type of person you are, that could be the reality of the situation, but in most cases it's not. There's going to be a lot of sacrifice, hard work, and sleepless nights as you become an entrepreneur. And those are the kind of things that we're going to talk about today. Run the intro. So welcome back to all my returning subscribers, and if you're new here, welcome. My channel is all about helping you turn your passion into paychecks whilst taking you along my filmmaking journey. If that's the kind of thing that you're into, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. When you tell people that you're an entrepreneur, they automatically assume that you're rich and you make a lot of money and you do a lot of traveling and life's just sweet. I'm going to say this right off the rip. This lifestyle is not for everybody. If you work a 9 to 5 right now and you think you work too much, this life is not for you. I'm just going to be honest. I really went from a 9 to 5 employee to a 24/7 business owner. So let's talk about income for a sec. Your income is a direct result of the work that you're actually willing to put in. And the problem is a lot of people are not going to be willing to put in the type of work that's required to make a full-time income out of whatever you want to do. And here's where things get scary. Not because you own a business or you call yourself an entrepreneur do people have to buy your services from you. You have to be able to provide them with a service or a product that's worth them even spending money on you in the first place. And it's crazy to me how some people think. Like, let's just say the goal is to make $100,000 a year. That means you need to make $8,333 a month consistently to be able to attain that kind of money. And you just have to give people something that's worth those kind of numbers. But we have people out here that's calling themselves entrepreneurs and they choose sleep over grinding. Like, really, you'd rather sleep and go out and do the things that you got to do to make the kind of money that you want to make. We literally all have the same amount of time in a day, 24 hours. I never actually met somebody that had 26 hours in a day. So with that being said, depending on how you want to live your life, you want to sleep for 12 hours, you can sleep for 12 hours. But every hour that you're not awake and doing something towards your business, you're giving somebody else the opportunity to pass you or do something better than you. If we're being really realistic, you have to be willing to put the work in. So when I decided to become an entrepreneur, I was still working a 9 to 5 job. I was actually working 10 to 6. And then from 10 to 6, I'd do my work. Then maybe I'd be able to do 1 or 2 shoots after that. Let's say finish around 8 o'clock. Then from 8 till about 12 o'clock, I'll be driving for Uber. All because I was trying to raise the type of money that I needed to get myself out of the job that I was in. I could have easily just did my job, went home and watched TV, played video games, sleep, run after girls, all those kind of things. But I made a conscious decision that I need to start making the things happen now in order to be where I want to be later. And the next thing really comes down to sacrifice. Are you going to choose to go to sleep? Or are you going to choose to watch a 2-hour tutorial and take notes on it and then figure out how you can implement those things that you learned in the next project that you do? Are you going to go to a party? Or are you going to stay home and read a book about composition? You're going to play video games? Or are you going to take the time to finish it, edit, and set it out to a client? The scary part is all these decisions come down to you. There's literally not going to be anybody breathing down your shoulder to make sure that you get these things done. So if you don't do it, it doesn't get done. And if it doesn't get done, you don't get the benefits of the work that was required. And then it gets to the point where you're going to have to start saying no to a lot of people. You know, your friends, your significant other, family, general outings. And the number one thing, if you're going to ask me, is sleep. Sleep. There were times when I was getting started where you didn't see me like ever. Like, if you weren't paying me to be somewhere, I wasn't there. I was inside, editing, reading, watching tutorials, or developing myself to get better. And those are the kind of sacrifices that you just have to make. And there were some points where I was running off of like 4 hours of sleep a day for like an entire week, just because I was so hungry to get things done. People love to say, oh, you're so lucky, you get to make your own schedule, you get to fly out whenever you feel like, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, bro, that's not luck. That is literally sacrifice. When you see me flying out, when you see me getting big clients, when you see me driving a nice car and all those kind of things, you're seeing the highlights of hours upon hours upon hours of work and sacrifice. The next thing I want to talk about is your integrity. And when I say integrity, I'm talking about what you actually do when nobody's looking at you. When you're an entrepreneur and you're out there doing your thing and you're trying to build your business up, there's no one that tells you what to do, and there's really no one that can tell you what to do. You're going to do what you want to do the way you want to do it. But if you're only performing when the lights are on you, I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to succeed. Because there's nobody telling you what to do, you have to have a certain level of discipline that's going to make you do the things that you have to get done, even if you don't feel like doing it. And the sad part is you can always tell who has poor integrity because their business is not growing, their work is not improving, and people talk bad about them all the time. And it's literally because you want to be your own boss, but you're not disciplining yourself to get the work done. As a business owner, you're responsible for self-improvement, following up with clients, solving problems, getting all your work done, researching, and brainstorming different ways to improve your company. And honestly, the list can go on, but if you're not willing to do those kind of things on your own, you're not going to make it. So here's a scary thing to talk about: investing. And when I talk about investing, I'm not just talking about money. It's about that time again. And if we're going to be honest, the time you invest is probably going to be more important than the money anyways. I got started back in 2013 and had to buy my own camera, lenses, memory cards, light modifiers, computer, software, and the list goes on. And I can easily say from then until now, I spent well over $200,000 on my business. And I'm literally adding something new to my cart every single day. And that's not just from a financial standpoint. When I talk about investing time, I'm talking about doing tutorials, listening to podcasts, and reading about new techniques that I can implement into my repertoire. And again, it comes down to your integrity. Nobody's going to be breathing over my shoulder to make sure that I'm self-improving or putting money into my business. That just has to be in you and has to be something that you want to do. Kobe Bryant once said, "The deal is already done. I've made the promise with myself and it's up to me to fulfill it now." And that's literally something that you have to live by as an entrepreneur. Another thing that I really noticed is that, let's say, for example, that you are the type of person that invests in yourself and that you are the type of person that's trying to self-improve and do better. What happens is there's going to be a lot of people that approach you that don't have the same mentality. They're going to talk to you and they're going to be like, "Hey, I really like your work, da-da-da-da-da. I want to collab with you on something." And what that's ultimately doing is them saying, "Yo, let's do something where you do this for me for free, and in return, I'm going to help you get more subscribers or more followers, or maybe one of my followers are going to want to book with you." And it happens so much that you don't even really realize it. I'll give you an example. On any given day, from who I am before to who I am now with a full production company, I still get people that message me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever, talking about they want to collab. Now, collaborating with people is not a problem, as long as what they're offering is of value to what you're giving to them. So I'm coming with 10 plus years of experience, over $200,000 worth of equipment, and a crew, and this and that, and blah, 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 to complete the production that they need that's going to ultimately either get them more notoriety or increase their income or whatever the case might be. What they're usually offering on the back end of a collaboration is the opportunity to connect with their fan base or their subscribers. Let me give you guys an example of the type of collaborations that come your way. So I'll open my inbox and I'll see a message from, let's say, an Instagram model, and they want to do a photo shoot. Now, what I'm offering them is a professional photo shoot worth, let's say, $1,200, but they want it for free. Now, on the back end of that deal, they want to use my skills and my abilities to take amazing photos of them to post on their social media. What that's going to give them is maybe some opportunities from people that want to use them as like a brand ambassador or whatever. They're going to get likes and comments from the people that follow them, and they might get some other random opportunities from that, which is cool. Now, on the back end of that, I'm tapping into their fan base. And their fan base, more likely than not, is made up of guys that just want to look at them. Maybe there's a few people here or there that really appreciate them and the work that they do or whatever, but they're never really looking at the photographer. They're there to look at her. And for me, that's just not a collaborative deal that makes sense to me. They're going to tell you, "Oh, my subscribers, my followers, they're going to like it and they're going to come in, they're going to follow you and maybe book with you." But in reality, that's just not the case. What actually never happens is that they give you a business proposal with exactly the type of figures or type of things that they can offer that makes it worthwhile to you. So you really need to look at these scenarios and think about, how does this actually benefit me? I always think to myself when those type of scenarios come up, like, what if I just said to Red, like, "Hey, I'm a pretty good videographer and I like your product, and if you give me a free Red camera, that means I'll be using it to create my content. And then the people that follow me will be like, what camera are you using? And I'll tell them a Red camera, and then they're going to come and buy from you. Red would literally look at me and be like, yo, bro, are you dumb? Are you dumb? How about this? You buy our camera, tell everybody that you use our camera, and then get them to buy it as well. Like, you see what I'm saying? It just doesn't work like that when you really think about how the world actually works, especially for entrepreneurs and businesses. You have to be able to provide value if you're asking for something in exchange. The next thing I want to talk about is making hard decisions. As an entrepreneur, every single decision you make has a different outcome in terms of what could possibly happen for your business. Sometimes it might be good, sometimes it might be bad, but it has an outcome that you have to be aware of. And a lot of the time, those outcomes are not always going to be what's best for you. You try to put together the best decision that's going to help your clients, colleagues, whatever. But usually at the end of the day, you're taking the shortest end of the stick. A huge factor about being a successful entrepreneur is being able to connect with different groups of people, different people that do things maybe better than you do, and work with each other to make something a little bit better for the people that might be buying from either of you. And if you're not good at making those decisions that are going to build your business up, it's not going to work out for you. Sorry to say, but it might not work out. To tie it all together, in order for you to become the type of person that you see on TV where they make millions of dollars and they live a very lavish lifestyle, you're going to have to go through some hard times. It's not going to be a straight line. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be fun most of the time. It's going to require you to dig into yourself and find the correct characteristics to get what needs to be done. I've been doing this for a while now, and there's times where I'm up big, got a lot of money coming in, got a lot of opportunity at the door, and there's times when you're down bad, where you don't know where the next dollar's coming from, but all your bills are still piling in. And to the average person, they just can't deal with that type of fluctuation. The purpose of this video was not to discourage you from wanting to follow your dreams and becoming an entrepreneur. It's more so to open your eyes and let you know that this is not all rainbows, lollipops, and sunshine. There's hard times, really hard times, and then there's good times. And then you have to find the balance of the two and figure out if this is something you actually want to strive for and do all the necessary work to obtain, or if you're more comfortable sitting down and having the work provided to you as an employee. Either way, I hope this video helped open your eyes a bit and helped you to look a little bit deeper into what's required to being a successful entrepreneur. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that I'm the richest or greatest cinematographer that's ever hit my city. I still got a lot of work to do. And because I know the type of person I am, I know that I'm going to get to where I want to be eventually. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and remember to look, learn, and share. Take it easy, guys. Peace.